are you? Thank you for joining us today here with Nora Wellness for Meta Care. And today we're going to be showing you how to grow your own garden from table scraps at home. We're going to be using ginger, lemongrass, radish, scallions, which are also considered green onions, lettuce, a little bit of dill, carrots, and iceberg cabbage. You can continuously grow these products from your own home without ever having to spend any money on them again. Once again, we're going to be working with our plant expert, Karina. Hi guys. And she's going to teach us how we can propagate our own garden from
hydroponics, just water.
Fantastic. And so just from water, I can have my garden at home. Don't have to spend any more money at the farmer markets or the grocery stores for basic vegetables that I use on my everyday use.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to be able to grow all these vegetables from scraps. And so the way we're going to be doing this is hydroponically. So hydroponic means that we're going to use a different medium other than soil. So there are other ways to regrow your vegetables, your fruits, other than just using natural soil, which we're all taught. So we're going to be using water for these.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So technically all I need is a jar, I'm assuming, and some water, and I can regrow the vegetables?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. So let's get started. And which vegetables are we going to be using today?
I want to start with the ginger.
Okay, fantastic. Now that we're gonna get started, Karina's gonna teach us how to start off with the ginger and propagating it in water.
Okay guys, so today the first rhizome that we're actually going to do is the ginger. And the reason why I say rhizome is because a lot of people think that ginger is a vegetable, but it's actually part of the rhizome family. And the only difference, well, not the only difference, but the biggest difference is that the roots grow out horizontally versus vertically. And once the roots come out, they actually come out of these nodes. As you can see on the ginger, they're super visible. So the roots start shooting out of nodes, and that's why it's considered a rhizome. So that's how we're actually going to be regrowing the ginger, because we're just gonna cut it. So always, guys, take a look at your ginger. Gingers are very different. There's not two gingers that are the same. So for this one, as you can see, this one, maybe we could just try to, that's it. And just clip it off. And right here, you can see on the camera, these are 3 nodes. So that's 1, 2, 3. And it actually has another one in the back. But we're going to be putting it in water this way because, we're actually going to be putting it in water this way because those are the nodes, and it has more nodes on this side versus this side. So we'll have more success in propagating it. So now we are going to take the other ginger and we're going to take the knife. Guys, I like to use knives that have safety guards because we're always cutting things in the studio and we're always making videos, so we always make sure that safety is first. So make sure we sanitize this, of course. So this knife is already sanitized here at the studio. We always want to make sure we sanitize and we clean all of the tools that we use. So we're just going to take this guard off and we're just gonna go here with the ginger. This is, as you can see, this is other nodes right here. So we wanna try to get this part of the plant before, well, I'm gonna chop this off here first. And then this is actually right here. This is a node, so we could use this. And then this, 1, 2, 3, I'm just gonna try and just like that, snip it off. So we got 3 nodes over here. And then this doesn't exactly look like it has any nodes on it, but there's nothing wrong with putting it in water. You never know, plants are like people. You don't know which one would thrive and which one would not, and this might surprise us all. So the next okay guys, so now we're going to be moving forward to the carrots. So the carrots are going to provide you, what's going to grow is actually nutritious leafy greens. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get the carrots ready, and you wanna cut them. The first thing I would like to do is cut this. So we're just gonna take our scissors and just chop it off. Okay, so you're gonna take your carrots, and what you want to do is just cut them. So you're gonna take your carrots, and what you're gonna want to do is just cut them like 1/2 inch like this. This is what's gonna be going in water. And then guys, just take these and do what you want with them, eat them. That's what I would do. You can cook anything with them. They're still really good carrots, and we're just gonna regrow our roots from this. And like I said guys, it's only gonna provide you leafy greens, and after you start seeing the carrots root out, you're gonna want to put them in soil if you want to be able to grow a carrot like this. So just fill up your bowl, a plate, whatever you have at home that you can use. And put your carrot scraps in the water. The green onions. So we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the carrots. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is cut this off. Take the knife, I'll show you. Así está bien, right? So just cut that part off. Super easy. And then you're gonna, so the rule of thumb is 2 to 3 inches. So now you see the roots. That's the part that's where it's gonna sprout from. So we wanna cut 2 to 3 inches, just like that. And we're gonna do the same thing for the other two. Just take that right off. So again guys, super easy to remember. We're gonna do the same thing that we did with the carrots and the ginger. We're gonna fill up the bowl with water. And you're gonna place your green onions in the bowl. Moving forward to our lettuce and our cabbage. This is also super simple to propagate, and you could get lettuce and cabbage really quick and really easy guys. So what you want to do, well what I like to do is just trim some of these leaves off. You can use them for cooking. Just because the main thing that you want is this right here. We'll just call this the heart. And then again guys, a good rule of thumb is 2 to 3 inches, so just take your knife.
Okay guys, so I decided to take over our cabbage and our lettuce here for our water propagation, and I'm just gonna show you how it's done. It's so easy. All you're gonna need is your knife to cut it with, 2 bowls. It doesn't matter what bowls you have at home, as long as they have a little bit of an edge to hold the water. And you don't even need a cutting board. You're just gonna put it there. Grab a little bit of a filtered water will be best. Even though if you're in New York City, I know that your water system is really good. So you're gonna go here and just finish the cutting of the rui. You're cutting it, you can put your leftover here for that wonderful salad that you wanna make. And you can actually trim a little bit of the edges. You don't want it to be too bulky in the plate. So go ahead and make that as flat as possible so you can see the grow from the top. And I'm gonna go ahead and add my water now. Just enough to dip that root in there and just place it there while standing still. Now with this one here, I am going to cut at the base. 2 to 3 inches is the rule of thumb. Just make sure that you're able to stand this, and if not, you can always put toothpicks on the side to be able to hold it at a base. So that's always a good pro tip for you guys. I'm just gonna fill it up a little bit of close to less than half and just stand them there. I just want to show you, so this is what they should be looking. Now place them under bright lights or near a very sunny window, because that's how you're going to get your maximum results out of your growth. Okay guys? I just want to give you guys an update of our previous videos, our previous footage you just saw a few moments ago. And these are the scallions, which are also called green onions. We just potted 3 days ago. So in 3 days, you can see that growth and that sprouting right out of the onion, where you're even able to snip this again if you want to do it for further cooking. That depends also how many you grew. If you want to let it grow like a flower and then trim it from there, that's perfectly fine as well. This is also the green onion, and I just want to show you guys, we cut these 2 differently. This one over here was inserted, cut from the top, and it was just bedded in water straight from the root. In this particular green onion, we actually cut the bulb in half just to see how what the difference would be in watching it grow. And as you can see here into the camera, I'm gonna place this here for you guys. See a little sprouting at the center of the seed here? And that's where it's gonna grow from. I'm pretty sure it's gonna grow the same way that we have our other green scallions over here. It's just gonna do it at a much slower pace. All right guys, and these are our carrots. Now remember, when we decided to propagate the carrots in water, it's not for an actual carrot regrowth. What we're gonna get out of here is the nutritiousness of the carrot greens. So the greens that are gonna sprout from the carrots, we can use them in our salads, we can use them to garnish any of our plates. Now I wanna show you, look at the greenery. So those are the carrots greens when we're describing them, that you're gonna be able to use for future cookings. All right guys, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and finish off with other propagation that we wanted to show you that you can as well go ahead and do in your own home, and we'll give you an update as well, so stay with us. Okay guys, so now that we've come to the last part of our segment today, I just want to show you a little bit of progress, what I got from the cabbage that we propagated in the water. It's right over here. We went ahead and we put it in soil, because once it's been in water for a few days, you put it in the soil, and that's how you're going to nourish the plant to just keep growing. And if you're doing vegetables and you're going to be doing the greens from the carrots, you could just take the stem, put it in the soil. You could keep doing the cuttings from the green onions and use them sporadically throughout your meals. Let me give you guys a close-up so you can see the progress that we've made so far. Take a look at the leaves. Look how healthy that looks. It's just been growing for a little bit over 3 weeks now. It's definitely gonna be growing much bigger than this, where we can make a full salad with it. Here you go. So just have patience and you definitely can grow your own greens. Before we go today, we also wanted to show you how to plant seeds into a potting mix where it can grow into a tree. Now, what we were trying to do is something that focuses on herbs that we can use in the kitchen, such as peppermint and basil. I love to use peppermint in tea. I love to garnish with food. I also like to put it in iced tea in the fridge, in my water. Peppermint has a lot of herbal uses, so they're great. Basil is phenomenal as well, kind of like the same terminology of what you would use mint for. This here is a basil plant. I potted this about 35 days ago. And this is the progress that I've made so far with this. So they do grow pretty quickly. The only thing is that you do have to keep them in a warm, dry place. Make sure they get lots of light. If you don't have a sunlight nearby that you can have it on, I would recommend putting some LED lights or making just that it's in a bright room for you to get the best success out of it. So stay tuned. We're gonna bring over Karina and she's gonna teach us how to pot these seeds.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to plant some sweet basil seeds. So this is super duper easy to do. Practically anyone could do it. You could do this with your kids, with your family. It's really fun to do too. You can find these seeds everywhere, like practically everywhere. You can find it at the dollar store, supermarkets, the list goes on and on, Lowe's, Home Depot, pretty much any home department store, garden stores, nursery, you can find it. And they're super affordable. They're usually 99 cents. So we're gonna be showing you how to do this today. So super easy, just get a regular 4-inch pot. So this is what you're gonna wanna start with, something, you know, pretty small. So it's your first grower pot. For the sweet basils, this is what you're gonna want to start with. A simple pot like this. This is a plastic pot, and like we had said earlier in our other videos, you can find these everywhere too. You can even go to Home Depot, Lowe's, and ask them for their pots that the plants have already been overgrown. They usually throw them away. So if you ask one of the department managers, they'll be more than willingly to give you all of their 4-inch pots, 6-inch pots. I mean, they have everything. So let's go ahead and do this. So again, you're gonna use this, and right here we have regular potting soil. You're gonna wanna fill the pot. You're gonna wanna fill the pot halfway. I would do halfway. Sorry guys, I'm a little messy. So something like this. And just make sure you stuff it in there. And now what you're gonna wanna do is make sure the soil is a little moist. So we have our spray here. We're just gonna go ahead and wet the soil. Let's drain a little. That's good. Okay, so now we're gonna take our seeds. And guys, it's pretty much the same for a majority of the seeds that you're planting in your garden, but it's also really important to read the instructions. You always want to read the instructions and the back of the packets of whatever it is that you're buying. You want to read the back. So the seeds also, I want to show you, look like this. So these are sweet basil seeds. They're super tiny. And you wouldn't even know unless, you know, well, I wouldn't know these are sweet basil seeds unless I read the packet. So we're just gonna take them and just dump them in your soil. Just like that, super simple. And Now you're gonna take the rest of your soil and we're gonna wanna fill this up to the rest. We'll stuff that in there. So now we just finished doing the sweet basil. You're just gonna wanna spritz that up a little bit more, and we're gonna do the same exact process for the mint peppermint seeds. So we're gonna go ahead and take some soil. Sorry about that. Again. Okay, so we're gonna take some soil, same process. You're gonna wanna spritz it just a little bit. Take your mint peppermint seeds. I'm just gonna go ahead and just throw them all in there. And take some more soil and just top it off. Pretty simple, right? Really, really simple. So this is what your pots should look like, whatever it is that you're planting in, but this is pretty basic. You could totally do this, super simple, super easy to do, like we said earlier. And yeah, this is how you plant mint and sweet basil seeds. Now we're gonna show you one of our sweet basil plants. It's a little sad, but we still were really excited to show you this plant because we did do the same process that we just filmed for you guys with this plant, and just look how big this plant has grown. And it smells so good. Like, it's really, really good. We're gonna definitely cut this down. I should actually do that right now. Super simple, guys. So let me just clear this up. We're gonna put this away. Clean up our table. All right, we're back. So why not use these, right? They're totally ready to be used. So just take your plant just like this, and all you have to do is take your scissors. Of course, make sure you sanitize them, and just, that's it. You got sweet basil to use in the kitchen. Now, this is our plant. I'm just gonna go ahead and chop these off. I'm gonna leave the baby ones down there so they could grow a little bigger before we use them. Spritz. This one is ready to go under artificial lights, by your window, wherever it is that you get natural sunlight, and it's ready to grow some more sweet basil. Thank you for joining us today. We look forward to making more fun videos for you guys, and we really, really enjoyed making this segment for you.
Okay guys, this comes to the conclusion of our segment today. I wanted to say thank you for joining us and watching. We look forward to doing a lot of more fun things with you guys, teaching you more alternatives where you can have healthier choices at home at a low cost budget. So Karina, thank you again for joining us and teaching us everything you know about houseplants and about seeds and growing vegetables and fruits at our own kitchen. We look forward to working with you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me, guys. I look forward to making more videos for you guys. I really had a really great time filming this with Jisleen. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, till next time.
Bye.
Bye.